Does it ever feel like you're running on a financial treadmill? You're working hard. Your paychecks are coming in, but you just can't seem to get ahead. That quiet background hum of money stress, it's a real thing, and it often isn't caused by one big mistake, but by a series of small, seemingly harmless choices that just add up. But imagine your future self looking back at this moment, not with regret, but with gratitude. Gratitude that you decided to get honest about your money and take control. That future is absolutely possible. And it starts right now, not with some lottery win, but by recognizing the patterns that are holding you back. Today, we're not talking about complicated get-rich-quick schemes. We're going to walk through a practical, known-and-sense path to financial self. We'll identify the leaks in your budget and install simple, repeatable systems to plug them for good. Because your financial health, just like your physical health, responds to consistent, intentional action. Money isn't just math, it's behavior. By the end of this video, you will all have a clear set of signs to look for and a simple plan to build a new, healthier financial habit loop, one that leads to fewer surprises, more freedom, and the ability to say yes to the things that truly matter. Let's dive into the 7 most common signs that your spending has quietly outpaced your earnings. Sign number 1, the credit card float. This is when you're reusing this month's paycheck to pay off last month's credit card bills, and you can never seem to clear the full balance. You're essentially living on borrowed money from last month, and the interest you're paying is like a silent tax on your income. It's the most fundamental sign that your lifestyle isn't sustainable on what you currently earn. The fix: you have to break the float. For one full billing cycle, stop using your credit cards. Switch to a debit card or cash. This forces you to live on what you actually have right now. Create a bare-bones budget for just 1 month to free up as much cash as possible, and throw every extra dollar at that credit card balance until you can pay it in full. Sign number 2, your savings are stagnating. A healthy savings account should be growing, even if it's slow. If your savings balance hasn't budged in 6 months, or worse, you're constantly dipping into it to cover regular expenses like groceries or gas, that's a major red flag. It means your monthly expenses are eating up 100% or more of your income, leaving nothing for your future self. The fix here is simple but powerful. Pay yourself first. Before you pay a single bill, set up an automatic transfer for the day after your paycheck hits. It can be small. Start with $25 or $50. Send this money to a separate, high-yield savings account that you don't look at every day. This builds the saving muscle and ensures you are making progress before that money has a chance to disappear. Sign number 3 is the classic lifestyle creep. You got a raise or a new, better-paying job, but within a few months, all that extra money has vanished. It's been absorbed by a bigger car payment, a more expensive apartment, or a few new subscriptions. Your income went up, but your financial health didn't. Your lifestyle simply crept up to meet your new income. The fix: make a rule for the future. Commit to allocating at least 50% of any new raise or bonus directly towards your financial goals. That means debt repayment or savings. If you get a $200 a month raise, immediately increase your automated savings or debt payments by $100. This way, you still get to enjoy some of the fruits of your labor, but you guarantee your financial foundation gets stronger with every single success. Sign number 4 is the ratio reality check, specifically for housing and transportation. Financial experts often suggest spending no more than 30% of your gross income on housing and about 10 to 15% on transportation. If you're way over these benchmarks, you're structurally living beyond your means. These are the 2 biggest rocks in your budget jar, and if they're too big, they squeeze the life out of everything else, making you feel broke no matter how many lattes you skip. The fix isn't always immediate. You can't just break a lease tomorrow. But you must acknowledge this as your main financial challenge. Your very next major life decision, your next move, your next car purchase has to be made with these ratios as a non-negotiable rule. For now, aggressively look for ways to cut back in other, more flexible spending categories to create some breathing room. Sign number 5, the constant financial juggle. You find yourself strategically timing bill payments to match your paydays. You have to decide which bill to pay this week and which one to push to next week. This isn't just being a bit forgetful. It's a clear signal that your cash flow is negative. You're constantly reacting to financial emergencies instead of proactively managing your money. The fix for this is a zero-based budget. This doesn't mean you can't spend money on fun. It just means that before the month even begins, you give every single dollar of your income a specific job. You assign it to bills, savings, debt, groceries, and yes, even entertainment. Using a simple spreadsheet or a budgeting app can help you see your entire month at a glance, eliminating the stress and guesswork of the daily juggle. Sign number 6. You have absolutely no idea where your money goes. If I asked you to account for the last $200 you spent, would you struggle? That vague feeling that your money just disappears is a classic sign of unconscious spending. Those small purchases, a coffee, a subscription there, an impulse buy on Amazon, they add up to a huge amount without providing any real, lasting satisfaction. The fix is to conduct a 1-month spending audit. For 30 days, track every single expense. Use an app, a notebook, or just throw every receipt in a jar. The goal here is not to judge yourself, but to gather data. I promise you, you will be shocked by the patterns that emerge. This clarity is the essential first step toward making more intentional spending choices. And finally, sign number 7. Your debt is a mountain, not a molehill. I'm not just talking about a mortgage. I'm talking about a growing collection of student loans, personal loans, maxed out credit cards, and by now, pay later plans. The total number feels overwhelming, and debt has become a normal, accepted part of your life instead of a temporary tool. The fix starts with one non-negotiable step. Stop accumulating new debt. Cut up the cards if you have to. Then, you need to adopt a repayment strategy. 2 popular methods are the debt snowball, where you pay off the smallest debts first for quick psychological wins, and the debt avalanche, where you tackle the highest interest debt first to save the most money. The best method is the one you'll actually stick with. Pick one and get started. Okay. Recognizing these signs is the diagnosis. Now, let's talk about the prescription. Here is your 3-step action plan to reclaim control. Step 1 is the financial triage, and you can do this weekend. Pick one quiet hour. List all your account balances, checking and savings. Then, list all of your debts, who you owe, how much you owe, and the interest rate. This data, however uncomfortable it might feel to look at, is your baseline. Clarity is the foundation of all progress. Step 2 is to install automatic systems. Do this on your next payday. Willpower fails, but systems succeed. Based on the budget you created, set up to automatic transfers for the day after you get paid. The first is to your savings account. That's your pay yourself first amount. The second is to your DTN amount above the minimum payment for whichever debt you're targeting. Automation makes financial progress your default setting, not a daily struggle. Step 3 is the weekly review. Every Sunday night, for just 10 minutes. Check in. How did your spending align with your plan? Did an unexpected expense pop up? This isn't about judging yourself. It's about making small course corrections. Adjust next week's plan as needed. This simple weekly touchpoint keeps you connected to your goals and prevents small detours from becoming permanent roadblocks. If you saw yourself in any of these signs, please know that's not a sign of failure. It's a sign of awareness, and awareness is the first, most crucial step toward change. Money responds to patience and structure, not panic and perfection. Give yourself 90 days with this approach. Track your spending, automate your savings, and do your weekly check-in. Watch as the stress of the unknown begins to fade, replaced by the quiet confidence of being in control. Sustainable change is built by stacking small, consistent wins. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this helpful, please give it a like and consider subscribing for more practical financial guidance. You've got this.